Brahmins are the Jews of India. The Jews were also very exploiting people. They were having all the business. They were the most talented. So they were also very exploitative in nature. And Brahmins are the Jews of India. And you know that how Jews have suffered so much. But you suffer. Your suffering is one of the reason of your suffering is your karma also. One has to look into that also. And Brahmins have also suffered much because they were also exploiting others. They were also humiliating others. And if you have any shame, if you have any self-respect, you cannot call yourself Brahmin without knowing the Brahm, without knowing the truth. And I will tell you one story that will make it clear how cunning and clever these Brahmin they became. There was one sage in India. It was not, I think 300, 400 years back he was here in India. He has two names, Raidas and Ravidas. Both are name of the same person. And Kabir was his Guru Bhai. That means they were disciple of the same master. And their Guru was his name was Ramanand. So, and Ravi Das was born in a family of Sudra. He was what it is called in India. They are called Chamar. Chamar means they are like cobblers. They stitch your shoes, they make your shoes. They deal with the animal skin and leather. So he was born in a very low family. So but he remained his whole life in a place called Kashi, which is the seat for the Brahmins, which is the most highest place for Hindus, and it is a very scholarly place. They won't allow they won't call anyone into a sage, and they can never accept a Sudra into a saint. But they had to accept it because of his quality, his purity. He was such a crystallized person, such a crystal pure sage, that they could not reject him, and his love was so overflowing that they had to accept him finally. And they have given him a place in the book called Bhakt Malika, which is about those who are devoted, the greatest devotees of God. But then they have to invent some stories. These Brahmins are very good in inventing stories. One of the stories they invented, they have to accept Buddha also among the incarnation of God Vishnu, 10th incarnation. But how they accepted him? They invented a story that all the Hindus were so religious, so pious, that no one was entering into hell. So the head of the hell, he went to Vishnu, to God, that why you have opened hell when no one comes to it. So then Vishnu said that I will take an incarnation and I will come to earth and I will mislead people so much, I will corrupt them so much that they will start going to hell. I will be born as a Buddha, and then I will take people astray. Then there will be rush for hell also. So these are the stories they will invent. The same kind of story they invented about Vedas also. That in his past life he was a Brahmin. And because Brahmins are not, like, they are not earning their bread, so they depend on alms. It is called in Hindi bhiksha. So they have to go and collect food from places, from the places of devotee. So this man, in his past life, Ravidas or Raidas, he collected food from somewhere, and that was to be offered by his master as prasad to the god. And one day when he bring that food, and Ramanand, his guru, offered it to the god didn't accepted it, and he said that this food has been brought from a house of from some Vaishyas who has some business dealing with a Shudra. So this prasad I cannot accept. Now, how this statue cannot speak, so it is all a big lie. And then the Ramanand became so angry, he said to his disciple that now you will be born in a womb of a Shudra. And his disciple died immediately, and he was born in a family of Shudra. And for many days he refused to take the milk from his mother. Then someone told his mother that there is a great sage, Ramananda, you go to him, maybe he will be of some help. So the mother came with the child, said that he is not taking milk. Then Ramananda just could see into his past and saw that he is his disciple. So he thought that now he has suffered enough. So he touched his head, and then the boy started accepting the milk from his mother. But just by touching the head of your disciple, how can the milk, if it is impure, can become pure? And whether the milk is coming from the breast of a Shudra or a Brahmin, milk is milk. How can you differentiate? So this story is just bogus. And then the Brahmins have to invent one more story. That he was a Brahmin in his past life. How you can prove it? People will not accept this story that Ramanand touched his disciple. He came to know that he is the same man who was Brahmin in his past life, so he touched him. and then he remembered his past life, and then he became transformed, and then he started accepting the milk. So they had to invent another story that Ramanand himself proved, not Ramanand, Raidas, he proved that he was Brahmin in his past life. He once cut his chest, and from inside the chest a golden thread came out, because Brahmin used to wear this thread which is called janau. That is, when you are initiated, when you go to your master when you are about 4 or 5 years of age, you are initiated by your master, and the master gave you a sacred thread which is called janau, and then you become a Dvij. That means you are twice born. First birth was given to you by your parents. Now this is your second birth. It is given to you by your master. He initiates you into it. So when he cut open his chest, then a golden thread appeared from inside. Now this story is totally ridiculous. But only idiots and people who have tendency to believe will believe in that kind of story. Just to prove that no Sudra can come to know the truth. It is only the privilege of Brahmin to know the truth. So when Raidas realize the truth, they have to invent this story just to claim that they are the superior. Only Brahmin have the right to know the truth. But they are forgetting that only those who come to know the truth have the right to call themselves Brahmin. So Kabir was a Brahmin. Ravidas was a Brahmin. If the story of Christ is true, then he was a Brahmin. But those who are just born in a family of Brahmin have no right to call themselves a Brahmin. If they have any sense of dignity, they should never call themselves Brahmin till they have come to know themselves. Okay?
Okay, Swami.
If you like our videos, don't forget to like, share and subscribe.
And send us one apple a day, because we want to eat fruit from the tree of knowledge.